Good day, traders. My name is Coach Daniel from FX Insights, and welcome back to another segment of News Trading. So for today, August 22, we have some news that will affect the USD. At 8:30 p.m., we have unemployment claims, and at 9:45, we have flash manufacturing PMI. So that's Purchasing Managers Index. So let's dive in and let's see how the market reacted based on our historical data. So the first one here is 8:30. This will be the unemployment claims. So we're going to be looking at the historical data. This one is back in August 15. News came out. It pushed the USD to be bullish by 178 pips. So as you can see on that bar, we have the next one as well, pushed the price by 124.1 pips going up. The next one, there was a bit of indecision. So open to low, it did push the price to go down by 44.2, but it did rise back off by around 70.8 pips from the low to the high. But eventually it rallied down on the next bars, as you can see there. Next one, open to high is 91.8 pips. It's actually still pushed the price to go up. It rallied a little bit more. And then the last one here, there was an indecision bar. So there might be some sort of support on that specific doji candle right there, and eventually price rallied by around 97.1 pips going up. So looking at the results here, these are the dates: August 15, August 8, August 1, July 25, and July 18. Those are the ones that we were looking at. So based on that, we can conclude that if the actual is less than the previous, it is bullish for the USD, and if the actual is greater than the previous, it is bearish for the USD. As you can see with the results here, August 15, the previous is 234K. The actual was 227. So that should be bullish for the USD. So that moved the price of the USD by 178 pips, 250K down to 233. So that should also be bullish for the USD. So as you can see, it is still supporting our analysis here. So looking at the forecast for unemployment claims for the USD, that will come out by 8:30 p.m. The forecast is at 232K. So the previous is 227. The forecast here is for the USD to be weak or bearish. So take note of that. Make sure to look at some support and resistance, because that might reverse right away. So of course, I do suggest waiting for the actual data to come out whenever possible before you place your trades. Okay, moving on, we have some news. The next one here, I believe, is 9:45. So it's just a few minutes after that one. We have flash manufacturing and services PMI. So the first one is, I think this is July 24, open to low on that candle right there with the red arrow. That's 26.1 pips. And eventually it still rallied downward. So there was a bit of a pullback there going to the upside, but eventually it went down. Next one here is, this is June 25. It actually formed a hammer. That whole hammer is roughly like 7 pips, but it eventually rallied up upwards after that initial bar. Next, we have this one on the 23rd of May. So that green bar. So that green bar is around 37.6 pips of movement going up, followed by a really long candle here that eventually took over the whole thing. It became some sort of a hammer. So yeah, the movement is still going up there. Next one here is for April 23. This big red bar here is open to low is 28.1 pips. So it's kind of like ranging. When this came out, there was another bar roughly on that same size. So that's 28.1 pips. Next up, we have 21 of March. Open to high is 18.9 pips. So that was bullish for the USD. And eventually it actually rallied further. So looking at the data for these two high impact news or flash manufacturing and services PMI, what we can conclude here in terms of our analysis, if the actual is greater than the previous, that should be bullish for the USD. And if the actual is less than the previous, that should be bearish for the USD. It's still supported, but by how the market reacted based on the data that came out. So as for the forecast here, again, this will come out at 9:45. The forecast is for, at least for manufacturing, to go up by 0.1 and services to go down by 1. So there is uncertainty here on how the market would react since it's opposite directions for the manufacturing and the services PMI. But what I can see here, it's more likely that the USD will weaken simply because the expected movement for the flash services is a bit bigger compared to the manufacturing PMI. So that might support my forecast here that the USD would weaken. But again, take note that the forecast is not always correct. As you can see with all of the data here, it's not always accurate. So I do suggest wait for the actual data to come out before you place your trades. Do not just rely on the forecast. So the forecast is there just to set expectation, but wait for the actual data before you place your trades, or at least look at significant levels of support and resistance, just so you know where the price could potentially reverse. Because these high impact news tend to reverse right away. So again, thank you for tuning in. This is Coach Daniel, and good luck on your trades. Happy trading.